So before I got into the shower today, I seen that there was a Carbonmeister video posted about a new delay in the Fish updates. And I was like, no way, that can't be true, especially after everything they hyped up. That can't be true. And then it is true. And they sent out a very low-key announcement that a lot of people must not have realized. I didn't know about it, and I usually keep up pretty good with my Discord servers and the ones that I follow and the ones that I care about whenever they post announcements, and Fish is probably at the top of that priority list. So I'm going to read you the message. Hey everyone, going to get straight to the point. Our Harpoon gun update and the Deep update will be receiving a 1 week delay due to time constraints. To be fully transparent, half of our programming team is off this week for various reasons, including required surgery and other purposes. We weighed the possibility of releasing this content regardless with a smaller team, but I value quality over quantity, as crazy as that may sound. I'm hopeful everyone can get behind the reasoning here, and I'm sure everyone can agree that polished content is far more important than simply pushing anything out. I appreciate you all and I expect the best from these updates. We still will be updating this week though. Yep, that is the message. And to be honest with you, I completely understand something like this. Stuff happens. It's a roadmap. It's not completely 110% set in stone. Yeah, they kind of hyped it up a little bit, being like, this is set in stone. This is what's going to happen. Don't expect delays. Expect the best, the best, the best. But if anything, expecting the best actually is supported by this because, if they would have pushed it out half-baked, they might have would have had to have pushed back the next update because they had a week to polish the update they sent out half-baked. Some people like to complain that they still drop nothing updates. I don't really see any claim behind that. And especially with this, because if they would have dropped it not finished, or if they would have dropped it without being fully polished, it would have been bad. So this subsequently pauses or delays the rest of the updates as well. If we look at the roadmap here, if we look, why is it blurry? There we go. Okay, so that we got the roaming fish. That pushes back the harpoon guns to next week, and that also pushes back the deep to next week. So if they wanted to get back on schedule, they could probably combine like one of these small updates, like maybe combine boat racing and Nate's quest. I doubt they're gonna do that, and we'll probably just be a week behind. Maybe that means Fish Fry lasts a week longer just to keep on schedule with their next batch of like their next October or the. I guess it wouldn't be October anymore. They'd probably do it on like the beginning of November, probably November to December. I would assume if they wanted to keep on track, they could just have Fish Fry last a week longer. Carbonmeister and other people I've seen was talking about how this schedule kind of makes no sense with how it comes like when the big updates come out. I don't see what their reasoning has to do with anything because I think it makes sense. I mean, we get these two, then we get this, we get these two, then we get this, these two, this, these two, this. I mean, it only really gets confusing like right in here because we don't know if Fish Fight comes out before these two and then these happen while Fish Fight's happening. Either way, we are still getting an update this week, and honestly, I think that's more than what we like should expect. A required surgery. I think I've seen that it was a coder had surgery on their hand, and obviously it's hard to code when with your hand in your cast, especially if it's your dominant typing hand or whatever. Like obviously you use both, but I mean usually if I lost my left, or if I lost my right, I'd be struggling to type with my left, if that makes sense. So I understand it. I think this is completely warranted sometimes, and you know what? They've been very consistent the past few weeks and very good about pushing out the updates on time, pushing out really good updates, and a bump in the road where we still have the horizon above us, or beyond us, I should say. Now, if we look at the leaks, this was what they posted at 125. This looks like a horseshoe crab, or it's either a horseshoe crab and it just doesn't have its legs. I'm only really saying horseshoe crab because like the way of the body and the tail. I'm pretty confident this is a horseshoe crab, but if it's not, it's a chunky stingray. And it looks like it has some kind of glasses and a beard. Now, what I thought this was just a funny design on a horseshoe crab maybe, and it'll play into the name of it. But after I seen what Carbonmeister showed as his exclusive look, which I will show right here, F11 that, and let's zoom in a little bit to it. This is a whole new batch of 4 rods. No, 5. That's 5 rods. I'm stupid. In what looks to be some kind of a cathedral building. So maybe we get some kind of magic update? You know what I'm saying? Or not magic, but like maybe just like a new wizard castle. And it's just this location and these 5 rods. Now, I don't know if this was supposed to come out with the harpoon guns. If it was, then I assume they're just taking what was supposed to be a small addition with along with the harpoon guns and just making it its own feature, and maybe we get like a couple other small things that they had that were going to be paired with other big updates along with it. Or this was just an update they like planned a little later as like a miscellaneous, just a filler one, and they were like, "Oh, we've already basically got that done. Let's just go ahead and drop it now." But either way, they all design wise look cool. They all look like medieval weapons. This looks like a trident. This looks like a spear, a glaive, an axe, and a sword. Maybe the sword is another oath. Another, like we have Verdance, or no, what's it called? Ruinous Oath and Verdance Oath, I think is what they're called. I think is that what that road is called? The green sword that you get in the Living Garden. I think it's called Verdance Oath, Ruinous and Luminous Oath. So maybe we get another one here. This trident looks cool. It does look like 5 different themes. Maybe it's elements. You know, maybe we've got grass, electric, or maybe it's maybe it's the seasons. You know, like we've got like maybe fall, winter, summer, spring. Now I don't know what purple would be. I was thinking maybe lightning, grass, earth, water, and fire, but I feel like that's kind of an overused trope, and we literally just got that with the wind elemental. Maybe that's the only reason I'm saying it's overused is because we just got it. But you know, I think they all look cool design wise. And according to Carbonmeister, the Cheeto update that you could actually go get a sneak peek of a couple days ago that you can't no more will come out too. We got Cheeto Rod. This looks like a bobber. And this looks like an NPC that we might get as a boat too. But overall, I still think that's an exciting update. We get 5 new rods to get. Who doesn't love new rods? They'll probably get masteries. Actually, we get 6 new rods because we get this dev rod too. And Carbon seen or had like a milk rod today in his video. Hopefully we get that later down the line. I just randomly thought about that. Like I thought it looked sick. I bet the mutation looks dope too. And then we get a fun new what is probably a companion if this isn't like a fish model. I assume they wouldn't show this off if it wasn't a companion. So hopefully that'll do something cool. But yeah, that's just honestly what I wanted to share with you guys and talk about, you know, that I appreciate. Honestly, I think it is very good that they are open about this. Beaks, which is another Roblox game that I really love, that it looks like they've shut down the Discord server because it's not here in my little folder anymore. They didn't really talk about anything of their updates until more recently, and then the updates just stopped. So I appreciate a dev team who's willing to talk about these things. So shout out Nick. Instead of just dropping the bomb on us like tonight, he dropped it as soon as he could. I think we all should be appreciative of that. Anyways, if you guys like the fish news, new gaming, like new actual gameplay video, probably tomorrow or later tonight. Who knows? I love you guys. Subscribe, please.